growing into a large studio, and 3 ways that, and I'm quoting here, 3 ways that Belka crushed it to grow from 30 to 300. Yuri, how are you doing?
Hi, Oscar. I'm fine, thanks.
Good stuff. Great. So I'm going to hand over to you, and obviously I'll be around. So if you have any questions, I can help out. So Yuri, over to you.
Cool. Hi, all. I will share my screen and we will start in a few seconds. Let's start. Hi, all again. My name is Yuri Krasilnikov and I head up business development and Belka Games. Because that miracle worker isn't an official job title. As vice president, I'm involved in many aspects of the internal and external parts of the studio business, including giving talks and presentations like my today's session here. Thanks for inviting, and I'm extremely honored to do this, by the way. I also strategically maintain existing partnership and discover new ways to reach business goals, including publishing and merchant acquisitions. Okay, let's go further and we'll know story of Belkas. It's very interesting, trust me. People often ask me what Belka means. It means squirrel. Squirrels is cute, move fast, and are extremely resilient. So you will find a lot of squirrels in my presentation. So count squirrels during my talk. After the speech, we will connect with the winner and the prize will be is 1 ticket for next Pocket Gamer conference. So my assistant will help you to provide the right answer. Okay, I like to think that qualities about Belkas, which I mean above, translate to our brand and culture at Belka Games. Our studio was started a decade ago by two friends, Dmitry Hosainov and Yuri Mazanik. Since then, the company has grown from 30 to 300 employees, and we thrive in fun, fast-paced work culture. For sure, we have some important milestones for us, like first release of our hit Clockmaker on social platforms, after on mobile, and great mobile release of Funky Bay, our farming game, and it had 2 million installs in a few days after release. And especially I want to highlight our strategic partnership with Uplovin in 2019. And as our co-founder says, we are pleased to partner with Uplovin, which brings to the table an unparalleled knowledge of the global mobile gaming market and expertise in driving visibility and growth. Let's see what we can find after a year after this work. We can see that we had growth in team, in revenue, and even in new business initiatives. So right now we have more than 300 professionals on the board, R&D department with a new game which will be released global soon, and new publishing and M&A opportunities for third-party developers. So ping me if you wanted to discuss it. Okay, I will have some words about our title. So Clockmaker, it's not another mastery games with deep, dark styled meta gameplay. So check it. Our second game, Funky Bay, it's a farming game with exploration mechanics with high quality art style in cartoon style. And Solitaire Cruise, you will find it in stores in early of October. It's our new global launch. We are ready for it. So it's a new genre for Belka, but we believe that it will be our third hit. Okay, let's check how I good in math. In 3 years, we grown from 30 to 300 employees and didn't lose our culture, where one Belka is no Belka. So 300 employees, it's great, right? 10-time growth. But the game development, it's always business. Yeah, we deliver fun for millions and million players around the world. But you could ask me, Yuri, show us your revenue. Okay, audience, let's see. 6 times growth, not from the zero level. 6 times. And someone could imagine that we spent all of our revenue on marketing, or got a lot of features from platforms. And if you're thinking so, you are close to the right answer. We have our own strong marketing team and strategic partnership with Uploven for marketing reasons. You should remember it from the previous slides. We have cool games, so our releases and updates are honored by platforms, but generally the answer is no. Instead, we do and defined changes and prepared a plan. You will see on next slides that our plan is to change something, but in very aspect of daily work. Let's see. So 3 ways: new growth strategy for the company, product and operational improvements, and new marketing and business development strategy. So the whole new strategy of growth for our company included orientation for long-term results. It means that we were ready to invest to the team, to opportunities to develop new products and improve quality of existing games. Our CEO Alex Bogdanov developed a new company culture based on the foundation of old one, but it's important to understand that when you expect growth of the team, you should think about the team all the time and have some pillars to keep consistency. So our pillars are individual approach. It doesn't mean you're a company of 30 or of 300 employees. Team leads should help to achieve our first goal and able to take care about projects. And for sure, open communications. It means that doesn't mean are you junior quality assistance engineer or your top level marketing lead. You can ping CEO or founders in Slack. You can ask any questions and be sure you will get answer from them. So our goal is keep to lines of communications opened without a lot of bureaucracy. Okay, we'll back to several slides and say that we have seen potential in our games, and this potential required new team members to keep growing permanently. So we started our changes. First, for sure, operational improvements. When you are growing daily, weekly, monthly, you should be sure that you know what you will deliver to your players at least 3 or 5 months ahead. We have half-year roadmaps and correct them if we need, but generally we know what to do ahead. From this slide, I will highlight our data-driven approach which you will meet in every single decision. Product, marketing, business development, it doesn't mean. We should know how we will measure the result. So we know what to do ahead and we know how to measure it. Another reason why our team is growing, for sure our games are like games as a service. So this service should be excellent in every aspect. We need high quality graphs, we need technical stability for sure, and we need to be sure that our audience will get a new update in time. Our audience are waiting for it, and we know it because we have straight dialogue through our customer support department. I will try to show you improvements of our games and quality. Right now you see old characters 3 or even 4 years ago in Clockmaker. Right now we see high polished, very detailed characters. You know, Clockmaker has celebrated 8 years anniversary few days ago, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. 8 years. This game is living in stores. This game has 8 years history and continue growing. I will show you a short video about Clockmaker. It's our short intro movie. I believe it's very interesting. If you are bored with my speech, you will enjoy this video. And it is the level which meet our players from the start, and we try to keep such kind of graphics levels and such kind of detalization inside the game. Let's see. Great, right? And several years ago, if you will say that such kind of quality will be used for mature games, no one will believe you. And other slides will show you how we try to keep such kind of quality for every aspect of the game. On this screen, you can see the weekly events inside Clockmaker, and you can see how it is detailed, how it's polished, how we can try to pay attention for details. And for sure, to keep such kind of quality, we should have a lot of professionals on the board. So when your game is growing, try to support your growing to hire new professionals into your team, because it's like a new breath for your game. Funky Bay. You can see the new type of event inside Funky Bay, and if you will download it right now from the store, you will not find it inside the game. So it's next week update. I said before that we know what we will have 3 or 5 months ago ahead. So it's like very polished cartoon style event inside Funky Bay, and again, a lot of attention to details. Even in daily events, you should deliver to your players a lot of content, a lot of polished content, because we should try to keep our players how long as we can. And several words about marketing and business development strategy, because when your games is growing, when your team is growing, it's very important to support not only from product side, also from a marketing side. In nowadays, I think that it's very few chances to be noticed in stores without marketing. So, as I said, high quality in every aspect, even in marketing creatives. We have very strong marketing, not only just user acquisition managers for sure, but also creatives team who create marketing creatives from game assets, test it. We have from 20 to 30 tests weekly, and some of them became, like we say, bests, and we use it for promotion. Diversification of UA channels means that you should try to acquire users in all ways which you can, and every channel we think should have a dedicated manager to be more effective. And for sure, marketing is a pioneer for using data-driven technology approach. When you know what is your ROI for your campaigns for half year or even a year ahead. And for sure, marketing analysis. We have dedicated teams for product analytics and for sure for marketing analytics. And these teams work like in communications with each other, but it's dedicated analytics team for products and for marketing. And several words about business development strategy. I often meet developers who wanted to get featuring from a platform, and that's it. It will not work. Trust me. When you get featuring from platform, when a platform honored you by the featuring with promo in stores, try to be proactive and provide after featuring review. Which countries were accepted your game, in which countries you had success, what changed after featuring. And trust me, when you try to establish win-win collaboration with platforms, with your marketing partners, with I don't know, with outsourcers who will prepare graphic assets for you, you will have ability to grow your team, to grow content inside your game, because sometimes you need to prepare more content, so you need additional and other partners, or you should get more content from your partners. When you establish win-win collaboration, win-win communications, not only to one side. For us, for example, it's more easy to scale. And yeah, for sure, data-driven approach even in business development, because you should choose what kind of activities you will do, and what kind of activities unfortunately you should skip, because it's impossible to keep all of activities in effective way, and you should choose which will close your, or will close you to your goals determined inside your company. And try to exploring new markets and opportunities daily, because we see a lot of potential in emerging markets, and you shouldn't forget about it when you try to deliver your game only to high payer users. Short summary, and the main point that there is not a silver bullet at all, because maybe our way will be wrong way for you, or we missed something which you highlight in your culture, but the main aspects which I want to highlight in I believe in every successful game development company is that a strong team led by experienced lead, and every single team member should play and love your own games. We were a team of 30 who loves our games, and we were a team of 300 people who continue loves our own games, because without it you will not be able to scale your games, you will not be able to be sure that you don't lose quality of your games, which for sure your players deserve it. And high quality content, it's like, let's say that high quality content could be a silver bullet for your studio when you are highlighted from stores, when it's more easy to have sales point for users why your game should be installed, why your game stay on users' phones for years. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I believe that I even in time. You can find my contacts on these slides, and don't hesitate to ping me if you are looking for any kind of partnership, or you want to be published by Belka Games. And for sure, if you wanted to join Belka team, please ping me. I will. We are always looking for experienced leads. Okay, let's go to questions.
Great, thank you, Yuri. That was great stuff. And I think I think I'm left with is just how important the connection between the quality of the game, the quality of the marketing strategy, and also the way the team works is to your strategy. I think that's something we don't often hear people saying enough about. I mean, is it a purely synergistic thing, or is there a kind of consequence? So, for example, do you have to be thinking of all of those three elements, or is it that you have to have success in terms of acquisition first, or success in game design first, or is it about having the right team first? Do you have a particular view on it? Is it something you have to do in order, or is it something you have together?
Generally it's should be all together, but we believe that first for sure is team, because right team and right people could make a great game from I don't know, if you have an idea, a great and right people could make from this idea a hit, and wrong people could fail any idea which you have. And after this, you join marketing, you join other aspects to production. For sure, marketing guys and marketing team is glad to work with high quality of product. They can use just screen live from your games, screenshots in their marketing assets, and be successful and have ability for user acquisitions. They needn't to, I don't know, to make fake screenshots or something like this.
I mean, I'm old enough to remember, kind of the traditional role between development team and marketing, where basically marketing team were hated by everybody because development team chucked the game over and left it to marketing to sell it. And of course, that was a terrible.
Yeah.
Now we work together in a synergistic way. It's great. I have a bunch of questions for you. So as a CIS game studio, there's a question here about working with app loving. Do you have any kind of views on working with app loving?
Yeah, I can share our result. You saw that we had growing in this year, and from CS studio point of view, we can say that right now we can get international expertise from Uplovin's partners studios, and we have access to game designer expertise from partnership studio, and it's always great when you have direct communications with hit makers. When you have one game, for example, several talented game designers on board who has ability to talk with colleagues from different country, from different cultures, but who has also hit games. It leads to make new ideas, make new hits, and we believe that it's a great collaboration between Uplovin and us, like CS Studio.
Makes sense, yeah. Oh, just a quick note for other people. Apparently, if you've managed to count the number of squirrels in Yuri's talk, they're going to basically see if they give you a chance to win a ticket for Pocket Game. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, I think there's a few people from App Loving in the session as well, trying to sort of, obviously ask a few questions here. One thing interesting here was, do you have any suggestions for other studios who want to create the kind of relationship you've had with App Loving to get that mutual leverage? Any sort of recommendations for other studios?
I believe that first of all, you should have an idea what you wanted to bring on the market from product side, it's always should be your own idea. It's either and uh, a game which you wanted to deliver to your players, and you for sure you should share culture aspects, for example, priority of quality of your product, understanding what you will do with your product, and understanding who will do this product, co-founders, a small team, for example, and combine it together. You can, for example, send me a short pitch about your team, about your product, and it's easy to establish such kind of partnership when you have an idea what to do, and have visionaries of your game, for example. We will help to hire right people for your team, but generally we believe that you should be like visionary of your own idea and wanted to make a great game.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I've got another question here from Giovanni Piton. Basically, one that's very close to my heart. How many people in your team are allocated to live ops? And also, in particular, what do you know, when not just in live, but as the sort of role on the way up to soft launch as well? How do you manage that process?
Okay, we have we have dedicated team for live ops operations, and it's for Clockmaker. It's around 30 people
Yep.
who create content. We have dedicated, for example, narrative designers and game designers who know about the whole story of games, but make like branch for characters, new interesting stories. Yeah, and for Funky Bay it's around from 30 to 40 people, because Funky Bay it's more content. We should provide more content in Funky Bay in exploration mechanic.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Cool. And how do you give feedback? So there's a question here from Eugene Odkin. Basically, when you get featured by a platform, but they did so without contacting you, can you give them feedback? How does that work? Do you have any views on that?
Yeah, it's very good question. Thank you. When you've featured automatically, by the way, you should try to measure how it was effective, and it's a great point to start direct communication with a platform manager in your region. It's also a great point when you come to a manager and say, okay, please provide us with a featuring. And in other way, you came and say, okay, we were automatically featured and we got such kind of metrics. We have very high mark in the store, for example, in these countries. We prepared a new update, and maybe we will start direct dialogue with you to make sure that from developer side, all aspects is ready to be featured by platforms with, I don't know, with game of the day, like for Clockmaker or for Funky Bay something.
No, makes sense. Makes sense. Cool. I mean, like I say, thank you very much for that. I think it's great to hear kind of how successful you guys have been, that growth, and not just the growth in terms of like the scale of your audience, but also growth in terms of the team. I think that's a great lesson for everybody to take away from them. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, everybody, for attending this session. Thank you for questions, and thank you, Oscar, for moderating.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.